This lecture is about the use of the collect node. The collect node is used to collect statistics in the operation of the simulation. It's located here in the first group of nodes. So let's click and hold and drag it up to the editing screen. We can collect a number of different types of statistics. The one that you'll most likely be collecting is called time in the system statistics. So we'll call it TISYS for the node label. Collect nodes must be numbered from 1 to the number of collect nodes that you have, and they should also always be unique in the number that you give them. So we'll give this collect node number 1. Now the value to collect for time in the system, if you've looked at the video on the create node, you notice you can store the arrival time in a attribute. Attribute 1 is the example that we used. So to collect the time in the statistics, time in the system statistics, we would want the value of the difference between the current time and the arrival time. Okay, so the current time in Awesome is always maintained in a variable called tnow, T-N-O-W. Okay, and then I want to subtract from that the arrival time, which was stored in attrib1. Okay, so we type attrib1. Note that these are hard brackets, not parentheses. This is an array, so we always use hard brackets. So tnow minus attribute1 is the time of the system, and the identifier, we'll call it time in system. Okay. You can also generate a histogram from this information, and we'll cover that in a later lecture. Maximum number of branches to take, usually 1, or equal to the total number of activities coming out of this node. We'll set it to 1 for now. There will be another lecture to provide more details on how you use the maximum branches. Click OK, and we now have our collect node entered. So every time we have an entity arrive at this collect node, we collect a sample of the difference between tnow and attrib1, which is the time in the system. That gets stored away, and then it's reported automatically at the end of the simulation.